trying to destroy my backdrop again. Dush, dush, dush. I can't wait till I get to repaint this room. Because I'm going to have a pink wall. I mean, the only reason I've got the green screen up at the moment is because of the fact that the wall behind it is just like, it needs to be like redone. It looks an absolute state. So, hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. You've got Indigo Diamond having a ramble before we actually start the video. Because I don't know, why not? I've been in a weird mood today, and I really don't know what's going on. I don't know. Anyone who knows me knows I get in these moods sometimes where I'm just a bit weird. A bit kooky, just no one understands what happens. I don't understand what happens, and it's my mood, so we've got no hope. No hope at all. We're all in this together. We're all going to have just a weird time and get on with it. So, woo, this is straight after filming the UK one, and I feel like I'm weirder in this one than I was in that one. And I was a bit odd in that one, so. But today we are here to talk about the latest episode of season 13. Almost said season 12. That was last year. Last year, yeah. Last year. It's Snatch Game! Woo! Oh, it's been, I mean, it was weird last week only doing one video because we didn't have an episode of US Drag Race. I mean, they had the special, but the special was only in, like, America. And then, like, I'm in the UK, and in the UK we didn't get it till, like, halfway through the week. So, it was really weird, because then I had to, like, watched that, and then I, like, a few days later then watched the actual Snatch Game episode. It was just like, this is weird, what's happening? But it was nice to see the special. I just feel like they could have either at least released it to everyone at the same time, or did what the UK did, which was release that and the episode on the same day. I don't know. It was nice to get an insight into how they've done Drag Race. You know, they've obviously like made the workroom bigger. They've had Untucked in the workroom this season. Not that I've seen Untucked, because Netflix, again, for some reason isn't having Untucked until the season's finished, which is what it did with season 12 as well. Don't know why, because it's kind of, I mean, it's not pointless, but it's just bizarre. But, yeah, so it was nice to see all that. I don't know if I've done my intro. Probably not. We'll put it in here. I'm not going to edit this out. I think it's quite funny. So, hit the subscribe button. Like the video. It helps me out. And apparently it keeps me doing weird jiggles while I'm on camera. Leave me a comment down below. Who are you wanting top 4? We'll do top 4 for Drag Race US because that's what they usually do. And who are you wanting to take the crown? So let's get into it. I've already been rambling. It was nice to see how much they've done to make the queens, well, make filming as safe as possible. It was also nice because basically every single queen showed vulnerability in this, which maybe some of them haven't necessarily as much in the actual season so far. Saying about how, I mean, there's a lot of us that are like, oh my god, everything going on, I can't see my families, check in on them. But we can at least still message them and things. These queens weren't able to speak to their family for this entire time that they were filming, because obviously they're not allowed to. But, you know, that must be really difficult, especially for some of the queens whose parents, usually their mothers. I'm not saying that as a sexist thing, I'm saying that as a fact, because any of the queens that have stated that their parents are working in like healthcare and stuff like that, it's always been their mother. Just pointing that out. But, you know, they're saying about how, you know, I know my mum's a nurse sort of thing, and it's really difficult because I just don't know how she's doing, I don't know what's happening. Must be really difficult, you know, I completely get that. It was nice to see just how much depth the queens have, because, again, some of them we've not really seen that, and it was just nice. Just keep saying that word. Nice, 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 nice. But we'll get on to some happier things, shall we? Not COVID, Corona, 19. Don't know why I did 2 for 19, but I don't know. 1-9. Let's get on to Snatch Game. Now, we all know Snatch Game is an interesting one because either you usually do well or you flop. You don't really middle it. It's just obviously some queens have to be safe. So let's go through the queens. Simone did a fantastic job in Snatch Game, even though she forgot who Jennifer Lewis was, or didn't know who Jennifer Lewis was. That's funny. Simone also had a really important message on the runway. So the runway theme was like Fascinating Fascinators, which I thought was a great title for a runway. Also a great runway anyway, because we've already had like Hats Incredible, but this is different. This is Fascinators, not hats. So it was a very pure, just white outfit. It looked very plain, but quite elegant, apart from the weird like square hip. Don't know if that was like an important thing for like, not even like the message that the outfit showed, but just in general. But then when Simone turned around, she had 2 bullet holes and the back of her fascinator said, "Say their names." Now, everyone should know what this is a reference to. This is a reference to all the people of colour that have been shot in America by the police. Now, this is a very touchy subject for a lot of people. There are some people that said, well, it's not some people. I was Simone, I think, said that this might make. There was someone. I think it might have been Bob or something that was saying that watching this, it might make some people feel uncomfortable. I didn't feel uncomfortable watching this, and the reason I didn't feel uncomfortable watching this is because it needs to be said. You know, this isn't a, oh, look at me, I'm doing this thing. It's a case of, no, this needs to stop. This is not okay. You know, I'm just saying that it's not okay. And you need to keep doing this thing. Which I applaud her for. I think this was probably one of the most powerful runways that has ever been on Drag Race. If not the most powerful runway to ever grace the stage of RuPaul's Drag Race, and I am so happy that she took this opportunity to do it. I feel like she was respectful with this, and obviously being a person of colour herself, you know, it's important for, I mean, it's important for all of us. I don't excuse me, I don't understand why what's with my voice today just disappearing. I don't understand why it's happening. I don't understand how you can judge someone on the colour of their skin. You judge people on their actions, not who they are as a person. And it's not okay that, you know, the police in America are doing this. You know, it's not okay that they're getting away with it. You know, it needs to be brought to the forefront. And, you know, Simone did that. There's a lot of people that watch Drag Race, and a lot of Americans that watch Drag Race that are going to see that and be like, well, you hope they're going to be like, oh my god, this needs to stop. Because it does. It's not fair, it's not right, and it's not okay. Let's move on to some happier subjects, shall we? I've got a bit deep there for a moment. Whew, sorry, there's not... Whew. So, it's... Fascinating Fascinators, Snatch Game. Candy Muse did an alright job. She wasn't... I said no one was middle of the road. She wasn't fantastic, she wasn't terrible. You know, she was there. She did Patrick Star, who's like a makeup mogul. I don't really know who that is, but, you know, perfectly fine. Gottmik. Played Paris Hilton in front of Raven. Now, Raven did Paris Hilton on season 2. It wasn't very good. I'm sure Raven will test that. To be fair, first time Snatch Game was ever a thing, so, you know, didn't really know what to expect so much. But Gottmik killed it. Won the challenge, rightfully so. I don't think anyone would dispute that. But yeah, amazing, just great. Another win for Gottmik. Gottmik and Simone I can see in the finale. So, no, I can't say who I want to win yet. I think, for me at the moment, I think it is between Simone and Gottmik. I think they're both doing really well this season. Olivia Lux played like I think it was an Instagram star or something. It wasn't great. She didn't lip sync. She did sort of like a mad scientist get up, and I feel like that saved her, which I'm fine with. I love Olivia Lux. I'm happy to see more of her. So yeah, that's about what I've got to say about that. Trying to think who else is there. Tina Burner. I was actually really happy with Tina Burner's performance this week. I think she did well. Didn't like her runway, but I'm glad she didn't end up in like the bottom, because I don't think she deserved it this week. It really can't remember who she did. I just know it was like someone who's known for like being athletic and stuff. They were funny. It was good. I liked it. I'm trying to think who's left. There's so many queens. Simone, Gottmik, Olivia Lux, Candy Muse, Olivia Lux. 5. I've got 4. Tina Burner. 3 left. Who's left? Oh my god, why is my brain drawing a blank right now? You know when you're trying to think about something, your brain's just like, no. Because I know we've got Elliot with 2 T's and Utica Queen left that I haven't spoken about. And there's got to be someone. There is someone else I am sure that I've not spoken about, and I can't for the life of me think who it is. And I can't for the life of me think who I'm missing Snatch Game character-wise. Anyway, Elliot with 2 T's was, Rose, of course. Rose did Mary Queen of Scots, was absolutely hilarious. She was in the top 2, well, she was in the top. I definitely think it was called for, definitely think it was right to have her in the top. And don't eat hair. It's not good. Yeah, I think she did a really good job. I think she was just ever so slightly outshined by Gottmik, but Rose I can definitely see making the final 4. I've already got 3 of my final 4. Elliot with 2 T's made a mistake. They went for Rue McClanahan. I mean, it's a choice. Crystal didn't do so well with that in UK season 1, and yeah, Elliot didn't really. I feel like she was just leaning very much on like that one thing. She was just like, a man, and I just feel like she didn't layer on the accent thick enough either. It's just kind of like, you need to layer on the accent really thick for a Blanche Devereaux. Not that I can do a southern accent, so this is going to be terrible when I do it, but... And, you know, there's so many other things, you know, you just got to be overtly sexual. And I just felt like she was very stiff and just kind of like, they're like, a man. And it's just kind of like, no, over the top. Over the top. I mean, you know, the character in Golden Girls was very over the top anyway. And I don't feel like Elliot with 2 T's even matched that. And it's like, you know, and you're supposed to be like the drag version. It's like you're supposed to amp it up even more. But I don't know. What do you guys think? I didn't think it was that good. I just felt like she could have done so much more. Utica Queen, Utica Queen, Utica Queen. Oh my dear lord. So she did Bob Ross? That's the right name, isn't it? The painter. And... So I've never heard Bob Ross talk, but Gottmik is apparently a massive fan of Bob Ross and said that Utica did the wrong voice. I'm sure that's right, because some of the judges said the same thing. But, you know, if the voice isn't right, I mean, sometimes you can get away with the voice not being right, but I think when it's such a specific voice, like sort of Paris Hilton, you know, if Gottmik hadn't done like a Paris Hilton voice, it would have been noticeable. And then she had the like afro made of like squirrels, and like I got what she meant when she was saying to RuPaul about the fact that like, oh, you know, I don't think it's appropriate for me to wear an afro, and like RuPaul's response was, but Bob Ross has an afro, and it's like, well, yeah, it's like, so you would wear you're doing an impersonation of that person. It's like, you wear an afro. It's like, I get what you're trying to say, but wear an afro. Why people have afros? But, yeah, so Elliot with 2 T's and Yutka ended up in the bottom. And Elliot with 2 T's went home. I feel like it was the right choice. I feel like, as much as Elliot is a dancer, why am I focusing on the word dancer so much? I've no idea. Trying to destroy my background again. It's not okay. No. No idea what that accent was. But yeah, as much as Elliot is a dancer, Utica embodied the song a bit more. I feel like the song was very much a song that Utica could play up her quirkiness. And she did. And she stayed. And I feel like it was the right call. I do feel like Elliot had just... part of me feels like Elliot had maybe shown all they had to offer at this point. You know, I always say, the thing I love about All Stars is having Queen come back and showing how, you know, where they're at now. Because a lot of the Queens make leaps and bounds between their normal season and All Stars. So, we'll see, you know, if Elliot gets asked back for an All Stars, if they decide to come back, and how they are when they end up on All Stars. But, yeah, so Utica stays, I think was the right call. That was Snatch Game. It was quite, I must admit, it was, I think, one of the better Snatch Games. It was really quite well done. There were a lot of queens that were really good. And, yeah, I think it was a good episode, all in all. So, next week, what was next week? What was next week? Oh, yeah, next week's the Makeover Challenge, but because, obviously, COVID and everything, they're like making over each other. So that's going to be fun, isn't it? Ooh, there's going to be some interesting faces next week, I think. But we'll find out what happens. I'm assuming they'll like... I don't know if they'll pair themselves up or if like RuPaul will just go, you're a pair, you're a pair, you're a pair. We'll see. But until then, that is all from me. Make sure before you go anywhere else, you hit the subscribe button, like the video. I love that I'm doing this like they're actually going to be on screen. They're not. They're down below. Hit the subscribe button, like the video. Also, they're not like too complete. They're like both this way. And leave a comment down below. Tell me, who are you wanting to win and who are you wanting to make top 4? I think my top 4 are Simone, Gottmik, Rose, and Olivia Lux at this point, I think, are my top 4. I think so. But until then, I'm your girl Indigo Diamond with different makeup. Don't know if that was rude. Beep. But I will see you guys next time, and yeah, make sure you're enjoying the rest of your week. See ya. Looks like I don't know why I'm doing a random dance move, but